You open your laptop, type a question, and within seconds, a clean, well-structured answer appears in front of you. It feels efficient. It feels powerful. And for a brief moment, it even feels like you've become smarter. But something subtle has just happened, something most people don't notice. You didn't think. And the more this pattern repeats itself, the more it begins to reshape something deeper than your knowledge. It starts to reshape your mind. Because what AI is really offering you is not just speed or convenience. It's a shortcut around the most important part of learning, the part where thinking actually happens. And shortcuts, especially mental ones, always come with a cost. The problem is that this cost is invisible, and because it's invisible, most people never realize they're paying it. There is a quiet shift happening right now. People are consuming more information than ever before, yet they struggle to explain even simple ideas in their own words. They can generate essays, summaries, and answers instantly, but when asked to think from scratch, they hesitate. It's not that people are becoming less intelligent. It's that they are unknowingly replacing a process that used to be slow, uncomfortable, and mentally demanding, but absolutely essential. That process is thinking. Not recalling information. Not copying explanations. Not prompting better outputs. Real thinking. The issue is not that AI gives you answers. The issue is what it removes in the process. When used carelessly, AI quietly strips away 3 critical stages of learning. First, it removes struggle, the moment where your brain wrestles with an idea and tries to make sense of it. Second, it removes construction, the effort of forming your own explanation, even if it's incomplete or wrong. And third, it removes correction, the process of discovering your mistakes and refining your understanding. These stages are not obstacles, they are the mechanism through which intelligence is built. When they disappear, learning becomes shallow, even if it feels fast. Psychologists have a term for what's happening here. It's called cognitive offloading. This is the tendency to rely on external tools to handle mental work. Your brain is naturally designed to conserve energy, so when something like AI offers to take over the effort, your brain doesn't resist. It adapts. It steps back. Over time, the functions you don't use begin to weaken. This is not theoretical. Studies have shown that people who rely heavily on GPS lose their ability to form mental maps. Now imagine that same principle applied not to navigation, but to thinking itself. And with AI, that gap can quietly grow without you noticing. This isn't just a learning problem. It's a long-term disadvantage in a world that increasingly rewards independent thinking. The future does not belong to people who can retrieve answers quickly. It belongs to people who can ask better questions, connect unrelated ideas, and solve problems without relying on templates. Ironically, the more you depend on AI to do your thinking, the less capable you become at the very skills that make AI useful in the first place. Instead of being amplified by the tool, you become dependent on it. But this is where most people oversimplify the conversation. AI itself is not the problem. In fact, when used correctly, it can enhance thinking rather than replace it. The difference lies in how it is used. High-level thinkers do not use AI to skip the process. They use it to deepen it. They generate their own ideas first, then use AI to challenge those ideas, expand them, or expose weaknesses. Instead of asking for answers, they ask for friction. They ask better questions. They use AI as a thinking partner, not a substitute. There is a simple shift that changes everything. Think first, then use AI. Before you ask for an explanation, attempt one yourself. Before you generate an answer, form an opinion. Even if it's incomplete or flawed, the act of trying activates the mental processes that build real understanding. After that, AI becomes far more valuable, not as a crutch, but as a tool for refinement. Another powerful approach is to reverse the dynamic entirely. Instead of asking AI to teach you, ask it to test you. Ask it to challenge your reasoning, point out gaps in your thinking, or question your assumptions. This keeps your mind engaged rather than passive. Because the real cost of over-relying on AI is not just a loss of skill. It's a loss of confidence in your own thinking. When you consistently outsource mental effort, you begin to hesitate more. You second-guess your ideas. You start to rely on external validation before trusting your own conclusions. Over time, this creates a subtle dependency, not just on the tool, but on the feeling that you cannot think clearly without it. And that is the part most people never see coming. AI is one of the most powerful tools ever created, but tools do not determine outcomes. Usage does. A calculator did not make people bad at math. Over-reliance did. In the same way, AI will not make you less intelligent, but using it to avoid thinking will. So the real question is not whether AI is good or bad. The real question is whether you are using it to replace your mind or to sharpen it. Because in the long run, the advantage will not go to those who use AI the most. It will go to those who understand when not to use it. And that difference is what separates dependence from mastery.